previously on Coruscant Nights. It would seem that one of the three of you at least, maybe all three, have an affinity for animals. I seem to have lost my dog down in the lower levels. I am very busy, but if the three of you could take on this task, I would reward you.
Well, I haven't seen a lost dog around here besides the small ones that come and go, but I heard people talking about a big dog down near Rock Bottom.
Rock Bottom, you say? Where is this Rock Bottom of which you speak?
It's pretty far down. Not many people go there these days because there's really just not much there.
Interesting.
Do you have any other interesting information about this dog that I should know that I might be able to help you, and that the knowledge of the Grand Institute of Forgotten Treasure might be able to assist you with?
It might be magic and it might belong to a Jedi.
Van is a Vornsker. They are wild, vicious, and force sensitive.
What is this guy doing having a vicious pet?
Lynn Ross said it was a nice dog.
I think Lynn Ross maybe isn't to be trusted.
Have you seen a Vornsker named Van?
Is that one of those monsters that's been knocking down light posts up in Little Onderon? I've only heard stories, but I don't know.
Do tell.
That's all I got about that. But I've been cleaning up some giant poops down here, too.
Oh,
So,
where exactly have you been finding the poop?
they've mostly been between in the tunnels. The sewer tunnels?
Sometimes, behind the muck and gloom of the everyday, magical things exist.
Hang with us a little bit more, Bobbus. I have a feeling things are about to get very interesting.
And that's where we'll cut an episode. And the six of you get down to Rock Bottom. It is pretty dark. If the Undercity was dilapidated, Rock Bottom is Rock Bottom.
Well, we finally hit Rock Bottom. That's it. That's all I got. I'm here all week.
It's dark. It's dilapidated. You pass by broken down speeders. You pass by an old theater. And eventually you spot the closest sewer entrance tunnel to where you came in. It looks like it's got a gate on it with a lock.
I walk up to it.
Does anybody have any lockpicks?
Well, I walk up to the lock
You
and
walk
kind
up.
of do that thing where you sort of yank it a bit and test how sturdy it is.
Yep, it's locked.
But is it rusty? Is it new?
It's probably a little rusty.
Mm-hmm.
You could do a tinker or a move to try and open it.
I've got 3
or,
tech.
Or tinker or force. If you wanted to do move, maybe Mimi
I've
could
got
slip through
3.
the bars.
I've got 3 for move. I mean, 1 move and 2 body, so 3.
I've got 1 move, 3 body.
I have 0 move, 4 body.
Any tinker?
Oh, sorry, tinker. I have 0
Zero
tinker and 2
2
tech.
tech.
We're not a group of tinkerers. What about Bobbus and his crew? Any tinkerers there?
Bobbus and his crew don't have stats. They just help out when they need
Can
to
we
help
just
out.
throw
Darn
Bobbus
it.
at the door? See what happens. Brute force. He's a battering ram.
So what would you like to do?
Is it like a gate? So maybe
Yeah, it's a gate with a lock.
we could.
Are we
sneak
talking
through?
like a
It's like a-
high-tech lock, or are we talking just something I don't know.
No.
Could somebody unlock it from the inside? Yeah, it's like a gate over the end of like a
big sewer tunnel.
outflow thing.
Oh, like a great.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, somebody should try to slip through, and
it would probably
That would be you.
Mimi.
Question.
I'm smallest, but Smatters has more rolls.
Is there a chance that I can make my spray paint turn the dial so that it's not spraying any of the color, it's spraying one of the ingredients in the paint that will erode metal.
Probably not something that would erode metal because you would want to be able to paint on metal. But if you really wanted to turn it into a flamethrower, that is probably something you could do.
Ooh, torch
so you did
this.
say you had a lighter.
I do.
I
I
don't
have
know
a
how that's going
Zippo.
to help you in this situation.
Well, just to I don't know.
Let's reserve that as like a weapon against this spooky dog.
That's fair.
I'm going to roll 3 die and see if I can slip through. Ready?
Make it so.
No, I'm going to rewind, take a luck, and roll again. I'm going to just keep rolling until I get a 6.
You can only use 1 luck.
I didn't get anything.
Okay.
All right, let me try. I've got 4.
I try to squeeze through.
So what did you do?
I try to squeeze through, but my giant head won't go.
Everything but your head.
Everything but my head with my space buns fit, but there's no way to turn my jaw to make it happen, so I just come out and I'm kind of covered in rusty bits.
What if you put your hair up?
Do I get a scrunch?
Yeah.
I get a +2 if I do my scrunchie. So I changed my hairstyle.
You mean
Just roll
business.
2.
When you put your
Just
hair in your
2?
scrunchie, that's when you mean business.
No.
No.
Snake eyes. I can't. There's no way in. I feel like Smetters she might have a smaller head.
Well, if I rolled while you were rolling, does my roll count? Because if not, then I'd love to roll. Because I just rolled and I didn't get any 6s. Oh, wait, no, I did. Look, there's 1.
Okay. Mimi attempts to squeeze in through the bars and is almost successful. At the last minute, she reaches into her pocket and puts her hair up in her scrunchie and tries even harder to no avail. Meanwhile, Shrelby, what is she doing?
Analyzing the way that I enter.
Yeah. I kind of do a little bit like a contortionist maneuvering. I'm double jointed, so I kind of do that thing where you don't dislocate your shoulders, but it kind of looks like you do, and I kind of shimmy through.
You get through to the other side.
Yay!
Huzzah!
I'm helping.
Lock it from the inside and let us in.
So Shrelby, squeezed through the bars of this sewer grate, covering this big hole into the underground. And as she gets to the other side, there's a deep growl from the darkness.
Oh, great. I'm on the wrong side of the grate now.
And then, somewhere beyond that, there's a deep rumble that shakes the floor that she's standing on, and a glow from further down the tunnel. In the glow, she can see the silhouette, the 4 legs, the long tail, the tuft of hair at the end, the long ears, and that silhouette perks up its ears, turns its head, and runs down the
Pipe?
passageway.
Wait, towards or away from me?
Away.
Okay. Oh my god.
Bobbis is shaking a little bit. What was that?
Do we even want to do this anymore? Is it worth the 40 credits apiece?
Oh, you bargained. Wait, and Bobbis is like, you only told us 1 credit apiece.
Wait a second.
You guys, do we really want to be doing this?
Shrelby, I really don't think that you should go down that tunnel by yourself. If we can't find a way in there, you need to just shimmy right on back out.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of a way to break the lock open so that we can all go.
Do we have an incendiary
Hey, it's a different
object?
episode now,
I don't
so
know.
feel free to make those rolls again.
I need to find my
About us
sheet.
getting through?
Technically
yeah.
a different session, so I'm okay with anyone wanting to re-roll those
Well, how
things
are we
that were
going to
rolled.
get all our Bobbis and his 2 buddies going to have to roll too?
Bobbis doesn't have stats, so
He just goes where we go?
yeah, it's just force to bust the lock open, and if somebody wants to use Bobbis's help, they could get an extra die.
He's our Navi from Legend of Zelda.
Let's just try to smack that padlock off. Let's hit it with a bike helmet or something. Or Bobbis' head.
Let's hit it with your bike helmet.
Bobbis. I'm sorry, I don't understand.
You're
why
the only one who
emotional.
listened to the episodes. I was hoping you would remember the thing that Moxie smashes things with.
My spray paint?
A
bat?
Maglite.
Oh,
Oh,
my
the
flashlight in my
flashlight.
backpack! Yay! right, ladies, step aside. Maglite coming through.
So extra die for the Maglite and an extra die for Bobbis's help.
Okay. And
He holds the lock. Just don't hit my hand.
Am I doing force? Is this a force check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just body. So that's 4 and then 5, 6. Okay, great. Good. I get to use all my dice. Don't just smash my hand. All right, Bobbis, hold still.
I'll try.
I got 1, 6.
You did it, and you did not smash Bobbis's hand.
Yay!
What did that look like?
I pulled my Maglite out of my backpack, and I knew a lot depended on this. So I found my inner zen and really focused on my chi. Oh, except in this case, it probably means force happening. I just found
Maybe.
it. I
You
just
get a little special tingle.
You really
little tingle?
activated your midi-chlorians on this one.
the midichlorians are just running rampant through my veins. And I lifted my Maglite in both hands over my shoulder like it's it's an axe and I'm about to chop. And I brought it down as hard as I can on the top of the lock where the U curve connects with the base, and it smashed it open. It turns out it was a rusty old lock, so it was just ready to burst. And I said, "We did it!" And Bobbis pulled off the chain, and we just heaved and hoed, pulling that rusty gate open. And then there was Shrelby standing all alone on the other side waiting for us.
I've got my arms crossed and I'm just tapping my foot. What took you so long?
Sorry, Shrelby. Somebody wasn't willing to wait for us to open the gate.
So we're like, is this a dry sewer or is this a gross sewer? I mean, is there there any non-gross sewer?
Looking around, it seems like the water levels.
A runoff? Is it just like street water runoff? So it's like street water. There's no poop.
Yeah, it's mostly just street water.
Like leaves and.
Good.
The water levels are low. There's a trickle in the center of this passage, this pipe, but it's really wide. It's about 10 feet wide, and it looks like it goes off a little bit to the point where you saw that glow, and then it goes to the left and to the right. There is a little more like there's some goo. There's just goo everywhere.
That sounds
it's so gross.
Wait, so there's not like a lifted walkway
slimy
on the side where there's just some water in the middle, but we can like walk not in the disgusting.
No, not right here. It's just a big pipe.
Wow.
I am not wearing the right shoes for this. I'm wearing like
do we
my
want to ride
trendiest
through it
sneakers
or walk through it. Do we leave our bikes behind?
That's a really good question, actually. I wouldn't want to get my bike rusty in all the water, so I think I want to leave it at the entrance. But we might not
I think we just leave them at the gate.
Chain them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can pull them in. Nobody comes down here anyway, so.
Well, bike safety is something that every city kid learns, so we're gonna chain those bikes up to the gate to make sure nobody steals them while we're gone.
Great.
Good.
Perfect.
You do so.
Good job.
And then the six of you. Who's in the lead?
Moxie.
Probably.
Bob.
No.
Bob.
Yeah,
I would say that Bobbis is probably hiding behind Moxie
go
at this
first.
point.
Bobbis and I take the lead, but Bobbis, he has to front for his guys, so he's like, oh yeah, let's go. And so, he and I start going, but then he slowly, it's all bravado, and he slowly gets a few paces behind me and moves behind my back.
Mm-hmm.
As we walk down.
And he gets his friend Dorf to walk up front with you because he's the biggest.
Right.
Yes.
And I have my mag light out, and it's on, and I'm shining it ahead of us.
Isn't there a glow?
That was the dog.
Glow,
wasn't it?
It wasn't.
Oh.
No.
Why did I
It was
think
behind the dog.
There were two different roars and a glow. So was there a separate roar that wasn't Van?
Yeah, that was more of a ground shake rumble.
I assumed that was a flow of water headed our way. That's what I thought that second rumble was the floodgates opening.
I don't feel like drowning tonight.
I would like to not.
You should probably say that as.
I don't feel like drowning tonight, you guys. You should probably be careful about the water level in this here pipe.
Yeah, memes. That's a good point. Guys, keep eyes out for, like, exits above if the water rises. Are there ways that we can get out of here? There's side grates. We just gotta make sure we don't get stuck in a place between a rock and a hard place, you know? You feel me?
This is so gross.
As the six of you move along the tunnel, that glow fades and eventually disappears, and the only light is Moxie's flashlight. And you get to that point where it branches off to the right and to the left. The dog went to the left. The glow was from the right.
But we're not here for the glow.
We go left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving down this passageway, it sort of continues that wide tunnel with the little trickle of water, and the water seems like it's flowing in the direction that you're moving, and eventually you start to hear the rush of water.
Sorry, at this point I'm freaking out because, like, they tell Shrelby it's not really a poop sewer, but in her mind all sewers are poop sewers, so she's just, like, losing her mind at this moment.
There's no such thing as a non-poop sewer.
Poop too.
Yes. I'm checking each step for scat before I set my foot down.
I want to look down and see if the waters are rising.
The water at your feet is still just a trickle. It's still moving in that same direction that you're going.
Okay.
But up ahead, the tunnel opens up into a separate tunnel, which is where the echoing of water is coming from.
So we have another fork at the
It's
front,
a river of
in
poop.
front of us?
It intersects this one. This is the tunnel that you were describing earlier with the two paths on either side and the rush of water down the center. To the left and right, you do spot ladders that may go up to the surface or may go up to other tunnels. You don't know.
Well, you didn't let us use investigate last time, so can I use it now to see whether I spot the dog or whatever direction it's gone in?
What the dog? I mean, we know that the dog went left this way.
Mm-hmm.
So did the dog swim across the river if we can't see the dog?
There are walkways on the sides of this thing too.
So he could have gone either direction on the walkway down, and we can't see. So our options are to take one of the walkways, left or right, swim through the river, or go back in the other direction. Or take a walkway to a ladder and go up.
And
And
go
be done
home.
with this nightmare.
This is
And
a
eat
real
pizza.
attitude change from Mimi's like
This is the
bargaining
Nikki coming
tactics from before.
Wait, what should we do, guys? You want to investigate
Yes,
Shrelby?
you didn't. I get to now, right?
Okay.
That's an acceptable use of investigate, isn't it, Mark?
through. I'd also accept a empathize.
Oh,
Empathize
to
with
kind
the
of
dog?
like think about where it went.
Yeah, to try and figure it out.
All right. That's
See
an
what
approach.
is the best way for a dog to go.
I like it.
I have 0 empathize, but 5 mind.
She has no empathy. I'm kidding.
No,
That sounds right.
I empathize with my shoes.
What are you shushing me about?
Criticizing Shrelby.
Yeah.
Don't you criticize
Yeah.
her big sister?
Hey, that's my sister.
That's right. No, that's
All
my
right.
sister.
Yep.
Go for it.
Me?
Empathize.
5 dice, is that your best?
5.
Better
Is
than,
anyone? Can anyone do better than
investigate?
5?
I only have 3
No?
mind, and I
Okay.
too am not empathetic.
All right.
Does that
Let me
mean
get
you're
to
4?
the correct. No.
Okay.
Nothing?
Some of those add to make 6.
So looking left and right, you see the water is moving from your right to your left. So maybe there's a source of water to your right. Animals need water. That makes sense.
Yep. From what I've learned in school. Moxie, shine your light on the water. See if we can see it.
I shine my mag light onto the ground where I'm going.
Any tracks?
Say it in the voice.
Any tracks?
You see multiple tracks from different things.
Oh, I don't like that.
Some of them you saw without the flashlight, like they were glowing a little bit. Most of them are going off to the right.
But are non-glowing tracks going off to the left, continuing to the left? Like Van's tracks are continuing to the left?
There are many tracks. Most of them are going to the right. Some of them are going to the left.
I don't...
So statistically, we would think he went right.
What looks the freshest? What's the wettest?
Do we have to roll for it, or can we just make an assumption and go right?
You can just make an assumption and go right.
Let's make an assumption and go right.
Well, I was going to say, if the glowy tracks are going right, is Van chasing this glowing whatever?
The glowing thing is in like a complete opposite direction of where we're going.
Except Mark just
We
said
chose to follow Van, who went in the opposite direction of the glowy thing.
Mark just said the glowing
Correct.
The glowing footsteps are going right. So there might be multiple glowing things.
There might be multiple glowy things. So the group of you head off to the right.
Excellent.
Yes. I'm happier now that I'm on a walkway and my shoes aren't getting additionally wet.
There's a bit of moisture, and there's still like goo, like not, what's the consistency of like jam
Ew.
running down the walls.
Viscous glop.
And yeah, as you walk, it out of the corner of your eye, it almost seems like it's moving, but it's probably just like the flashlight reflecting off the water, reflecting off the goop.
I'm hiding behind Bobbis at this point, who's trying very hard to hide behind Moxie.
And I'm continuing forward, shining my flashlight wherever I can to try and figure out, like, and because I keep seeing something moving out of the corner of my eye, I'm like, is the glop following us? Is it happening? But then when I shine on it, it's just like, no, it's just shiny. But I feel like I'm going crazy,
It's
like
the
we're
eyes
being
in
watched.
a painting that follow you around the
Yes.
room.
The iridescent eyes or whatever they're called. Yep. So we keep going.
Yep, and the tunnel thins a little bit. As you keep moving, you enter a circular room. It has these ledges around the edges, and on the walls there's some moss growing and other glowing like lichens. As you skirt around this room, Moxie, moving along, you move the flashlight over the water, and it seems like there's something in the water.
Oh, we're done. Nope. We're not doing anything else. Guys, we need to turn around. There's something in this water. We can't go forward.
And I'm trying to peek around them because I can't quite. I'm like, what is it?
I'm kind of hiding more behind them and just going,
Your entrepreneurial spirit has failed.
On the other side of the room, it looks like it opens up onto one of those dry tunnels again, with no water flowing through it.
Okay, so
but if there's a thing in the water, maybe it's Van and maybe we want it.
we can walk along the ledge around the perimeter and shine the flashlight while we go to see if we can see what's in there. I just don't want to come across any of those trash compactor things, okay, guys? Like, I'm not in that. I'm not here for that. You know what I'm talking about?
Like, you're not into being squished, or you're not into the
Being
giant
The
thing, the
eyeball
people and
creature
eats
that
them.
sucks
Maybe the
you
trash
under.
compactor monster like naturally thrives in an environment like this because it wasn't born in a trash compactor. They got it from somewhere.
Yeah, they come from a swampy world, actually.
Yeah.
A swampy poo world.
Yeah, basically a swampy
we are
poo
in a
world.
swampy world right now.
We're in a swampy poo world, and I'm not into it. All right, I guess we just have to creep up along the ledge.
Yeah, and so you edge around this circular room, shining your flashlight in the water. You want to see what it is?
Yes.
Wait. If we
Probably to make sure it's not the cat that we've been sent to get.
You mean the
Dog?
dog?
The dog.
Except that if I shine the flashlight on the water, that will wake it up and be like, look, there's something up here. Come get it. Which I don't personally want. Do we want that, guys?
You've sort of already seen a little bit of movement in there.
Well, right.
Maybe a couple
It's
of
awake.
ripples here and there.
Right. I don't want to rile it up.
Okay.
I don't want to rile
No,
it
I
up.
want to know.
Okay.
Do I overrule
Well,
Mary
you-
Francis?
I don't
Well,
know. Do you
meme-
take the
memester.
flashlight?
Memester, if you want me to, you're going to have to tell me in your voice. Tell me a baby, Moxie! Or something like that.
Just do it.
Fine.
Just do it.
fine, Mimi, but I'm not responsible for the nightmares you get up. So
I'm just gonna cover my eyes. You could tell me what it is.
little turd. So I mean, all right, whatever. So I shine the flashlight in the water occasionally. I'm going from our path that we're following in front of us, going around this ledge, checking the water and reading on it.
The walls are glowing with this moss and lichen, sort of an eerie neon green, and you shine your flashlight into the water every once in a while. It's really murky, so you don't really catch much. But on one of the shines, you see this writhing mass of, it's like 1,000 snakes under the water.
Oh,
That's disgusting.
That's not fan.
It's like a giant
I think we
worm
can go now,
colony.
guys.
I pick up my pace a little
Curiosity
bit.
satisfied. Let us retire from this situation.
I pick up the pace a little bit, like, all right, come on, guys, let's get out of here. And we start walking faster.
Pick up the pace. Move it or lose it.
Yeah.
let's just make a run for it.
Yep. The 6 of you make it to the other side. It's another tunnel that is wide open and mostly dry. There's more of that goop on the walls now, and Moxie, you swear it's moving.
Damn it, guys, that is moving.
Well, at this point, I'm just thinking of all of the stuff people have flushed down their, like, toilets and all of the pets that grew up in the sewers, and I'm just assuming that at this point.
There's a lot of ingredients for some creepy evolution happening down here.
Mm-hmm. This tunnel is long and open again, and shining your light down it, you spot another animal. Actually, there's a pair. They are taller. They're taller than Van, otherwise about the same size. They've got a long neck and a little snout. And as you shine your flashlight at them, they turn towards you and then go back to what they were doing, which they put their heads near the ground, and it looks like they're eating something.
Are they eating food?
What are they shaped like?
They're shaped like a mixture of...
Anything that starts with a mixture is going to be grotesque.
It's like an aardvark head with a gazelle body and camel legs.
Wait, so it's not a Vrelt?
What?
It's not a Vrelt.
Okay.
A gazelle
I feel like you're
body.
purposely
It's not
not
a
putting
bush
Vrelts in these
no more?
stories because you know how much I want to see a Vrelt.
You saw a Vrelt in one already.
Shrelby didn't.
No, that's true. So, yeah, they look like they've got like long necks and little trunks, and they go back to eating something.
Oh, what is it? What are they eating?
You can hear the wet noises.
I wouldn't eat anything down here. Shine your light on it, Moxie.
Do they look dangerous?
I take her flashlight and I shine it on the weird little writhing mass of creatures.
Oh, you'd go backwards? You'd turn around and shine it on
I thought they were in front of us.
Yeah,
Just the two grazers grazing on poo are in front of us, and the multi-armed water creature is behind us.
We hope it's grazing on poo.
I was shining the flashlight at the two creatures.
The poo grazers.
Yeah, so Shrelby grabs Moxie's arm and shines the flashlight at these two creatures. And yeah, they are eating like moss off the floor.
Oh, they're herbivores.
Aww.
That's not too bad.
They're slimivores.
So I was like,
They're
hey,
Vegisauruses.
Shrelby, get off me! And I kind of elbow her away and take my arm back. Yes, Mimi, delightful. All right, guys, can we just get past these guys and find Van?
That was a good joke, Nikki.
Thank you. I just needed to put some Jurassic Park in there.
Oh, was that a Jurassic Park reference? I didn't even get it.
The group of you move further down the tunnel, and these two grazing creatures don't even look up at you again as you move past them.
That's for the best.
Mm-hmm.
So we keep moving quickly down the tunnel.
Yeah. As you just pass them, you feel and hear that deep rumble again from somewhere in this sewer. It's the ground shakes a little bit. The goop on the walls quivers. And from the end of this tunnel and off to one side, you see another glow off in the distance. It's almost a similar glow as that neon glow of the moss on the walls, but more close to like an orange color.
Is it magma? Was there an earthquake and now there's a crack in the world and magma is coming up? Are we all gonna burn?
Guys, is it possible that glowy thing is just Van and he's just rubbed up against the walls as he's been running and has the moss stuck to his fur?
Maybe.
It might not be another creature.
Bioluminescence?
He might be a bioluminescent dog now.
As the rumble continues, those two grazing creatures look up towards the glow and then look up towards you and then run towards the glow.
That feels very much like you described. Are you coming? Look.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, that is kind of the idea that you get, is that they look up towards the glow. It's like, yeah, there's the thing. Then they look at you, and then they kind of gallop away.
Do they want us to run away with them or go check it out? I can't tell.
Probably go check it out.
And the glow starts to fade as you can't hear these creatures running anymore.
Guys, are we chasing the glow?
Well, do you think the glow's the dog?
There's a chance that the glow might lead us to the dog.
Oh my god, this is turning into such a drag. But secretly, I'm really pleased because my drive is a secret crushing boredom. So I'm actually really happy right now.
That's incredible. Incredible.
So at this point, I kind of edge forward a little bit. But I'm also dragging Mimi behind me.
I decide that I've
Bob.
got to pull myself together. I got to pull Bobbus together because he's starting to whimper a little, and it's really affecting his other two goons.
Yeah, he's kind of backing up a little bit and shaking his head. I didn't sign up for this for 1 credit out of 40.
I turn around and I face the group. Guys, we got to pull ourselves together. There's a dog that needs to be rescued and returned to its loving master. So we're going to keep going, and we're going to keep going, and we're going to find Van as quickly as possible. Now, pull yourselves together, everybody, and let's go. And I just turn around and I start marching as quickly as possible towards the glow.
Roll leadership for me.
Ete, yes.
Down here, it's our time, guys. Our time. Up there, it's their time. But down here, it's our time.
Okay, so I have 7 that I get to roll.
I thought so.
All right, let's try this.
I need some skull face paint right now. Don't you think that would be very effective?
It'd be beautiful.
Like,
you wouldn't even
your
have
teeth.
to add extra white because of the delightful paleness of your complexion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got 1 6.
1 6. Okay. You have 2 dice that you can hand to other players on the next couple rolls.
Ete, so I can boost their next ones.
Yep.
Okay, great.
Yep. And Bobbus and his gang pull themselves together as they follow the 3 of you down this tunnel. As you move, the slime on the walls gets thicker, and before it just looked like goopy wetness, now you can see that it's got a bit of an orange tinge to it. There are these little firefly bug things floating around here too.
This is getting worse. This is getting more Jurassic, actually. So, Nikki, your reference was right on.
You see more of those mosses, and at one point you spot this slug kind of thing that looks like it's crawling along the edge of the wall, leaving a trail of goop behind it.
Ew, 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 ew.
I'm not turned off by this, you guys.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of this is like a James Cameron Pandora.
I was thinking
moment.
Pandora, actually.
No, this is not gross sci-fi horror bugs. This is cool, beautiful insectoid wonderment happening.
The only thing that could destroy it is dependent upon the smell. What does it smell like right now?
Yes.
You've left behind the rushing water of the rushing poo water.
The poo land?
Yeah. I wouldn't say it smells great.
No.
But
it
I
just
wouldn't
smells
say
earthy.
it smells. Yeah, it's more of a dirt smell. It's a smell that's very unfamiliar to the 3 of you, really.
Because we're city folk.
Yeah, living on Coruscant, you don't get much out like outdoor time. So yeah, it's a little odd. The 6 of you end up in a very, very large room, and in the center of the room you see Van.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Coruscant Nights.
Coruscant Nights is a production of Nightcast Creative.
For more information on this and our other projects, visit nightcastcreative.com.
Thanks to Nikki, Mary Frances, and Nikki for playing on these episodes. Check out Nikki's art at nikkicroc.com. That's Nicki, croc like a crock pot. And check out Nikki's art at nikkismetters.com.
If you're loving Coruscant Nights, be sure to leave us a review on your favorite podcatcher and visit us on Patreon at patreon.com/CoruscantNights.